Expo, you didn't modify the tags in any way, like removing the black bar around it.
No, I'm using the same setup on the tags that I've used forever.
All right.
And they were working last week when we flew Golden Eagle. So I'm
Did
going
you
to go
update
hit
anything since then?
well, no, just Windows,
All right.
but I don't think that would do it. So departure airport is SCRN Rio Negro. We're going to runway 20.
Music again. How do I lower it down?
Right click on the name of the music.
Yeah, right click on Fred Boat. I see a Freedom Fox or a Fox 2.
That's me.
Okay, cool. And I hear a Kodiak.
What's that?
I said I can hear a Kodiak, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I think that's Rocket.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I just
Whitey ass
those are the two aircraft I just bought, so I only see one Bonanza, which is awesome.
I have
I
two
got 4
Bonanzas.
here. 5.
I might be a Bonanza for some of y'all.
Still don't have the kit.
It's
box,
Oh,
so-
two Bonanzas.
It's prizes because I don't have the livery for whatever. Is what it is.
I got a Flying Cowboy livery though. I got the Super B.
Okay, I just spawned back in and I don't see anybody.
Give it a
What
give it
server
a
are you
sec.
on?
Should be on West.
Have you come in on the pads? Because we're down the other end of the runway. You won't see the tags to the trees.
What runway y'all on?
Are on 20.
I'm on 20 and I don't see anybody.
It might just take a sec for you to load in.
I'm in.
No, I know, but for everything to
Oh.
catch up. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe taxi around a bit away from.
I'm just gonna say this
the edge of
now.
the runway.
Hey,
The multiplayer is still obviously pretty goofy. Does not like to play nice all the time.
I'd
Duct
say
tape
so.
Got
grade.
that right.
Sup, T. Irwin. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Fun.
Fuel check.
You
for
trying to
anyone?
get loaded in?
It's usually me.
I am just looking for my. I'm just looking for my flight plan that I loaded.
Oh. That should be.
Well, in case you don't find it, follow the leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did my first time. Is I just followed everybody.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get.
We got torches, so it should be good.
Yeah.
I mean, little nav map up in a separate window. So.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I don't remember what the
airport.
Airport is.
SCRN, Sierra Charlie Romeo Nevada.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Sierra Charlie Romeo Nevada.
Yeah, still didn't catch the first part.
Sierra Charlie Romeo November.
Thank you, sir.
November. Oh my God. I watch a Twitch streamer and he says Nevada and he gets me messed up now all the time.
He's just messing up the whole.
Son of
He's
a.
just making up words for the native phonetic alphabet.
For
I used to join in with these glider pilots for a day, and they used to say soda instead
that
of
is
sheriff.
Ucando's fault.
That's just not right.
Making me say Nevada.
No, it was cursed, but they did it anyway. One of the old timers there was he was always grumpy about the fact that everyone under 40 did that there, but it never changed.
All right, so we're all on runway 20.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm getting in and gotta do.
Yeah.
I gotta start up and.
Oh yeah. Bring your gravel game.
Yep.
Yeah,
Holler when you get here. We'll wait on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can wait a few minutes. Not a big deal.
Okay. Start.
Yeah, so he's actually my friend from a long time.
Oh
Like
yeah,
long time
we
friend.
went to high
So,
school together.
Nice.
and
Oh, great.
I
Welcome.
last week was my first week, so I was like, dude, you gotta come this time. It was so cool.
Well, the more the merrier. This is
Why is it?
actually
Yeah,
probably
man.
one of the bigger groups we've had in quite a while.
It's definitely the biggest. in a
Probably
while.
since Alaska, I would say.
Do
Yeah.
you guys have snow?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
snow.
but
it'll
Yeah.
go
It's
away and
not
shortly
gonna
after
last.
takeoff.
yeah, it'll last
It's
about
not
20
gonna
minutes.
last. Yeah.
Very
Barely.
quietly.
Good copy.
Oh,
All right,
we got some.
Yeah, I can
I'll
hear
keep it
you. It's a
to
little
100.
weak, but we can hear you.
Sounds like you're in the back of an auditorium.
I'll boost your
There's some
volume.
echo in there.
There's some echo in there.
Yeah.
Echo, 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 echo.
Echo.
Rexpo, you see any of us yet?
Nope.
Well, we'll see what happens when we
Oh, crap.
get in the air.
Do you have the
Yeah.
Are you
mug
on
add-on?
US West?
Oh shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he just
It's what were the settings again? Like live. What was it?
multi is
Players?
just kind of goofy sometimes, or it
Yeah.
seems to have more issue with Rexpo for some reason. I don't know why.
Rexpo, are your name tags on?
That
Like
is the
in,
one
Yep.
thing I did not do is get in
Let's
on.
see. Let's go down.
and you're not using the Mugs
I think
UI,
it's,
correct?
live traffic, all players, and live weather.
Yeah, let's go down list. So servers
didn't
West
do-
US.
Yeah, I'm on
multi-
West US.
Multiplayer is on.
Where is that?
Yep.
Actually, I see it. It's in the little bar up here.
Yeah, options,
Uh,
general data, multiplayer.
Options, general data. Come on. Data. Multiplayer on. Let me switch it off. Apply and save.
Always
Let me
works.
switch it back on.
Data.
All right. Then options, general traffic, show traffic nameplates on.
Yep.
All
Yeah.
right. World map, flight conditions, multiplayer, all players.
Where is that?
Yep.
Where is
Let's
that?
see.
So when you
I see
load into the
Tom.
game, go to the world
Tom's
map.
in the Kodiak.
So this is
Atta
when
boy,
you
Tom.
this is where you select the departure airport, the world map.
Yeah, I'm already in
Yep.
in there.
All right.
Okay, so
So-
let me just.
So flight conditions and multiplayer. Then all players.
Live weather. All players.
I see, Regulus. You're on server.
If you got all that Rexpo, then you got the
I
same
didn't.
settings.
I didn't follow the last parts of that.
All
Sorry,
right.
I'm just trying
No
to figure
problem.
out where you're talking about. I'm trying to get to it.
You're on the world map, like the
No,
pre-flight.
I'm not. I'm in the airport. Let me.
He's in
Let me
sim
hit
at the moment.
restart here.
All right.
You probably don't need a
Yep.
restart
He's
Rexpo.
showing.
Rexpo,
Yeah,
if you
restart
just,
might be a good idea.
Yeah,
I'm going.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do a restart Rexpo.
I'm going back. I'm going back to main menu here.
Yeah.
I would just
Okay.
switch servers and then switch back.
Switch servers and switch back.
Rexpo,
Yeah,
are you
switch,
using
I'm
the?
Europe or something.
Are you
Go
using
to
the
North
Mugs?
Europe,
Are you using the Mugs
North
UI
Europe,
add-on,
North
Rexpo?
Europe. I'm sorry, I didn't copy.
Are you using that Mugs UI fix thing?
Yeah, I've been using it forever.
So if you hit backspace, it might. That's what hides and shows the tags. So if you hit
Yeah, but I
backspace.
should be able to see the aircraft if I'm sitting on the tarmac
Oh, that's
next
true.
to
That's
Oh
true.
yeah, he's not even seeing aircraft.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
you. Yeah, I'm not seeing any aircraft. If I see an aircraft, we could roll with it.
Yeah.
All right, closing here, going back to world map, going back to Sierra Charlie Romeo November, clicking in to runway 20 and hitting fly.
Hey, another Super B. Nice.
Regulus, do you see us?
Or wait,
Yes,
no,
I do, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm
we
in a
see you too.
banana with its nose pointed up because you don't have the Kit Fox.
Yeah, I see a lot of planes sitting on their asses with their nose wheels in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like
Yeah, that's because
40.
you don't have any mods besides this gravel.
Well,
And none of the
that would be
liveries.
a lack of hard
Yeah.
drive space that would.
Well, you gotta
Probably
fix
missing
that.
some liveries
I
too.
know.
My
It's okay.
my community
You
folder is
don't have
bigger
the
than the
livery,
game
you get a
itself.
Bonanza.
Yep. You can have the same aircraft, but if you don't have the livery, no, Bonanza.
All right, back on the flight line here, and no tags, no aircraft.
Mm.
That's so weird.
This
There's
is
nothing
gonna
wrong with a Bonanza.
this is gonna suck, gentlemen.
Well,
You might wanna.
let's take off and see how it goes there, Rexpo.
All right, works for
Maybe it'll
me.
pick up as we get going.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Rexpo. You might want to
Okay.
verify that all players is on for multiplayer, and just do a restart of the game.
All right, where do we go? Where do I get that? This is making me crazy here. Is that under
So,
options?
Oh, yeah.
That's under
Yeah,
general
There we
option.
go.
yeah,
General options. All right, we've got.
it's near flight conditions.
I don't have adjust flight options, display mode, frame rates, DirectX version, custom, global rendering, LOD. Shit, this is crazy. All right,
Rock and roll.
I got traffic. I've got show traffic nameplates on traffic, real time online.
We going? It looks like we're going.
Looks that way.
All right. Flaps? Have flaps? There we go. Guess so.
Only place I can see you guys is on little nav map.
Mm.
This is just crazy.
Well, that's a good sign.
You ought to see a bunch of circling buzzards in on Little Nav.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's like y'all hovering over me. Well, I guess I'll just fly.
Yeah, I would say just get in the air and hopefully we pop in after a little bit. Definitely something going on there with how it's communicating with the server.
Yeah, Rexpo, you're not even on the local players list for your server. So,
Really?
yeah, you're not on the list. Everyone else is.
You're not running any VPN services?
No.
All right, no proxies.
Nope.
Don't use a pie hole for traffic
Nope.
filtering.
I don't know that fancy stuff.
Oh, okay, assuming not then.
He only knows one kind of pie hole.
All right, Rex, let us know when you're in the air and we'll
I'm in the
progress.
air.
You're in the air? All right.
I'm in the air.
All right, gentlemen. Let's hit it.
Gentlemen. I don't know if I'd be that.
I'm in the air flying over the frozen lagoon here.
Right, yeah.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, AK.
Good morning. You up in the air with us, AK?
I will be shortly. You guys go ahead, plow ahead. I'll catch up.
Have you brought a gun to a knife fight there, AK?
Yeah, I did. Well, actually, to a slate shot. Yeah.
You got us. I don't see.
You got the vertigo.
Yeah.
Right behind you, Dark Wolf.
Let's get this thing squared away.
Gotcha. All right, cool.
Skimming those treetops, Rocket.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Snow's starting to melt a little bit here.
Oh, yeah, it's
look at
all
all the
green over the hill
green.
here. Yeah.
I'm flying over white. I'm headed for green.
Diving for the green. Copy that.
Let's see.
Sort of weird looking at the graduation of where the snow ends and the green starts.
Yeah, normally it's the other way around, huh? Isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess if you fly upside down, it makes more sense.
Inverted mountain flying.
Keep the white
yeah.
side up.
Oh yeah. This is much better. Flying upside down. Oh. So I just got the 337 last night.
Sky
Oh,
Master.
nice.
Yep. And tossed her through her paces. I followed the river from where was I? I posted it on the Got Gravel service server under photos. Just flying low in the river along a river. It
or
was
Chi
fun.
Island.
Yeah, but I flew for like an hour, like just followed the river all the way down.
Yeah.
Whatever I said, I can look it up real quick. Well, it's checking Discord while flying.
I got 3 monitors for that.
Let's see
I've
where
got a
did I
4th,
can't.
but it
I
doesn't do anything.
just can't remember where I took off from.
I know you were heading for Cheat Island, but I don't remember where in New York you were taking off from.
Allegheny County. Kilo Alpha Gamma Charlie.
Nice.
And basically, I just took off and just immediately dove down into the river and followed the river all the way down.
Nice. Yeah, I might put that one on my list of planes to pick up at some point.
I would wait on it. I know another developer that's making one that's going to be much higher quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know.
It's gonna have original sounds because he knows a guy that has one, and so he's gonna record.
As a
sounds.
Sky Master.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's gonna record sounds. The animations are gonna be almost exactly true to life with the gear covers not on the aircraft, because that's recommended in the manual for the aircraft is to take those off apparently, because if you don't, they can rip off in flight. For whatever.
I kind of wondered that when I was watching Angel's review.
Yeah, if you're not watching it every single time on takeoff and landing, if you bring up your gear too late, even like seconds too late, because it gets going pretty quick, it'll rip the panel right off. So they recommend in the manual to just remove those. So it'll be as true to life as you can make it. It's going to be an older Skymaster, but it's, he said the Carenado one, he says is interesting, but is Carenado. So
yes, it's definitely Carenado.
Typical Carenado. Yeah.
It's definitely Carenado, but it's fun.
But I don't have like a timetable. So if you want a 337, get it. I don't
it's
have a
not like
for it,
high on my list. It's just
yeah,
one of those interesting planes that, you know.
I just know of a better one that's being made. I don't know
If there's a better one being made, I'll probably get that one too, because it is my favorite.
Yeah, it's a beautiful aircraft.
And then I'll just fly.
The Pilatus PC-21 for €10.
What's that?
There's a PC-21 in the marketplace. It's a 2-person trainer.
I've heard that company makes hot garbage, so which is unfortunate because it looks like I want one of those.
Yeah, I wanted one too, and then I sat there and looked at the exhaust tips, and the exhaust tips follow the paint color.
Oh, what?
Oh, hello there.
Yeah, that's.
It just looks hideous. The rest of the plane looks okay, but
yeah, that's unfortunate. I heard a lot of bad things about that company, so I was like, damn it.
Which company is that?
Deimos Incorporated.
Yeah.
By the way, when we do a touch and go, could we have some advance warning?
Oh, sure.
We're doing a touch and go back at that airfield.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Dump your throttle and just dive for the runway.
I don't even bother doing that now. I just go in full throttle.
That's fine.
We're not burning rubber. You're
It's
not touching
fine.
hard enough. All right.
Get down on the deck.
Fastest and lowest is what the name of the game is here.
Someone got some surfing music for crossing.
Surfing. Yeah, where's my music at? Oh, I paused it. That's right.
There's that one SpongeBob track.
Oh God.
It's a way older song, but they use it. It's like the kind of surf electric guitar riff.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
definitely not that.
That's just the stream music. Anything else will get me copyright struck.
Oh right, we're live.
All right, gotta turn that down.
Yeah.
Well, I should have restarted my computer because I just updated my NVIDIA driver and I see I've got 0 degrees Celsius on my GPU readout, so that's fun.
Not great, not terrible.
Not great, not terrible. I'm running ultra cool, guys. Does seem to be really smooth, though. Interesting.
Almost redlined.
Nah. That's fine.
We could probably run 2 music bots if y'all wanted other music, not this music.
Oh, I think we're good with. I think we're good with this one.
Water skiing. Water skiing.
Found out the other night that they still haven't fixed the ice. you can't land on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Has that been fixed then, or not yet?
No, it hasn't been fixed.
Oh,
No,
still
you
not.
you just crash.
Just
Like
bump up
it
and down
worked. It worked at one point. You could land on it. Like why? Why
I haven't
take
seen
it
it
away?
yet.
Oh, we used to do that all the time when we were doing our Alaska trip.
Yeah.
Why?
So, also another thing about the Kit Fox is I just slammed it into the water and managed to pull out and restarted my engine. So that's
Did
fixed too.
Oh, did
I
you
hit-
stall your engine?
Yeah, I hit the water and stalled my engine and it
Gotcha.
restarted.
Yeah, I think that was just I don't know what was going on with that, but yeah, this is the first time I've blown it since they did the update. So
Are we touching and
we'll
going?
see.
I got a little low with my water skiing.
Where's the what is the?
It's right in line. We're on the approach.
Oh, are we? Okay, yeah. Well, TNG.
More or less.
Yeah, Dragon. Let me know if you need like a little nav map profile or anything for the Kodiak. I mean, I might fly mine a little bit different than you, but
I'd love that.
I've got about 40 hours in it now on my flight.
What's funny
I've
is
been
I've flown
doing
this
it.
gravel since Alaska. I've flown it. I've probably this has got the most hours on any plane. Every single flight. I think I should save the profile at the end of this flight, and I never have. I always forget.
Well, see, the gravel, I fly it so differently, pretty much
Yeah.
every flight, that I'm just like, there's no point because the predictions are going to be way off.
Fuel
But
and
the Kodiak,
performance.
I've been flying basically by the numbers, so it's pretty consistent.
Yeah, I think the first flight with the Kodiak will be later today in Papua New Guinea. So
Okay.
we'll see
Oh,
how
you're
that
gonna
goes.
do it at 4 o'clock at the
Yeah, we'll see how
the
that
trial by fire at the most difficult push trips.
Yep, pretty much.
That sounds good.
Or when you just cut your tail off on my prop.
There's an AK.
I figured you guys were going over a fair amount of water, so I figured the Coast Guard better come along and stand by for pickup.
Fair enough.
Touch and go.
Fast.
Oh, I'm in the
Speed
vertigo.
Speed record for the vertigo, or speed record.
I figured you probably were. I figured somebody would be flying it, so I went ahead and activated it this morning.
One wheel speed record, touch and goes.
Right.
And slam the deck. Good.
Does anybody know if India Fox Echo has fixed their crashing issue with the F-35 yet?
No idea. I've only flown it once, and it was
damn it.
Oh,
very difficult.
Oh,
Whoops.
the one bumped your nose.
Alright,
Parking brake on?
restart. Ouch.
Good news, because you can't see me if I crash.
Oh yeah. Turn off your crash settings.
I don't
You
think
can do stupid shit and nobody will know.
nobody will know. No, we'll know, Rexpo. We've been flying with you long enough. It's assumed. It's assumed at this point.
Alright, so I know what just caused that. My parking brake was set.
Oh yeah, none of us have ever done that before, ever. That never happens to anybody.
Not
That's
one.
definitely a novelty, that one.
That's a
Oh,
first
that was
time
so
for everything.
yeah.
That was wrong.
This is the only dumb mistake I haven't done yet. So
Guns.
Oh, God.
Taka.
Alright. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
guys. Warbird Wednesday, not Saturday.
Regulus doesn't have a warbird yet.
I didn't catch that, Dark Wolf. What did you say?
I said you don't have a warbird yet.
Saturday stealth bombers.
Saturday stealth. That's what Rexpo's doing. Nobody can see him, so obviously
Yeah,
that's what he's up to.
in the stealth gravel.
I had a moment of pure awesomeness today, and then that was shattered. Because TCS said something about a B1, and it's the AI.
Oh.
I'm just like, yes, a B1. No, it's AI. Crap.
One of these days I'll try GCS, but I do not have enough gear to justify that.
I haven't flown it in a
I've
while.
got it on the F-18 and the P-51 and flown them each about 2 or 3 times.
Well, I mean, I know I would like it, but it's not worth getting into if I don't actually have a dedicated throttle quadrant and center stick and whatnot. So
I see a rainbow up ahead.
I see Hardcat in the drink.
Uh-oh.
I see some rain showers.
well, it's better than snow showers and icing conditions.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll take the rain showers.
This is nice. Didn't have music last time.
Yep. If I'm on and I'm streaming, we have music.
Because Dragon was probably sleeping off his Sea of Thieves the night before. We see what you be doing.
Hey man, it's a fun game. If anyone wants to join with me,
I know. I played it a bit early on. I haven't played it in a long time.
it's fun. We mostly do commendations now because we've done all the other things.
Yeah.
We got some pretty boats. That's fun.
Nice.
But yeah, I was actually on a drone job last Saturday.
Oh, were you? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
big ass boat doing up here?
I don't know if I've got my traffic
Looks
turned.
like
I
a
thought I
cruise
did.
liner.
Yeah, there is some traffic further up ahead.
I don't know if I've got my. I thought I had it turned on, my global ship traffic, but
Yeah,
maybe I
thought
don't.
I might have turned it off right before this flight because I didn't know if it was broken or not.
I don't think so. I think it's updated. It should be good.
I know. I just don't know if I had the latest update, so I didn't know.
Ah, gotcha.
I didn't want it to cause any issues.
DN, you stopped pretty quick there.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. You good? You good down there at 8 feet?
You good?
I was sightseeing
Uh-huh. Yeah.
about 3 feet.
That
That's
looks
3 feet.
Slight
Well, we need
underseeing.
a pit lap for you there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm up.
Good.
that looks like a
Start hitting the
COVID
water.
cruise ship over there.
A COVID cruise ship.
Yep. Oh, I
Maybe
bounced
run
off
some
the
maps
water.
or something.
Let me pull up a little nav map and see if I've even. Where am I at here? Oh, it's off to our left.
Off to my right.
Really? I don't show it on a
Yep.
little nav map. Huh. I show one way
Yeah, I
off
got
to
it.
the left there, but
I got another one showing about 10 o'clock away on pretty far away.
yeah, I see one up by the 73 west, 42 south line there. But that's all right.
Did everyone pack their life jackets?
Never.
I've gotten it. I've got an inflatable donut in the back. Does that count?
I've got a-
only if it's got unicorns on it.
I've got
Yes,
a
it's got-
paragliding parachute in case the engine fails.
Yeah. Don't forget
I
your
got-
fire extinguisher stuffed up your pant leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a SpongeBob SquarePants donut.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Is that for your piles, is it?
Yeah, it is.
I'm definitely having an easier time keeping up with you guys without redlining this Kit Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just above red line.
I'd be careful. That. Oh wait, you turned off engine damage, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
did.
Yeah. Just redline the sucker.
Yeah. According to Ray, you can't hurt that engine.
Challenge accepted.
Right. We'll see about that.
Just the same, I'd make sure you got damage off.
Yeah.
You never, yeah, considering that you break the Kodiak when you open the storm window with damage on, so.
Yeah.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, no, I know, it's stupid. Stupid, solo thing.
Yeah,
No,
it
your
doesn't
airframe
have
has to be
wallboards,
completely
I
sealed.
You can open the canopies of the wallboards usually.
Yeah, well, that is true.
Oh.
And I think you can open up, I can open up the door on my Kit Fox and the door will blow away, but.
I did that the first time and I just laughed.
You're like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, I did that yesterday. I was like, dang it. And then I didn't
Yeah.
realize I could land for them to respawn. So I just flew
Yeah.
a whole 2 hours with the doors. I opened one door and I was like, dang it. So I opened the other one just to even it out.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I could
was,
land to respawn them.
When I was doing part of the P-38 tour, I was looking around the cockpit and I accidentally clicked one of the handles for the for the canopy, and I was like, shit, I can't close it at altitude and speed, and then it was like, bam, gone. I was like, well, I guess we're just gonna be flying this without the canopy.
Now, having been up in a open cockpit airplane, I can tell you it's quite a rush. You feel that wind blowing it.
Yeah, I've done a couple flights in a Stearman. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What What aircraft were you in that was open cockpit?
I would say 1930s fleet,
Fleet.
5-cylinder radial.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't think I know that one.
There's
It
only
was a
like a
P-38 and
couple
he opened
flying.
up the canopy in flight.
Yeah, right.
Funniest is the 808 glider, because you get an actual animation of it flying away from you.
Nice.
Touch and go.
Yeah, why not?
Touch and go.
Need to adjust that prop animation on the LOD scale for the Kodiak. As soon as you get a little bit away from the prop stops.
Same for the P-38, I think. I was having
Does
issues
it?
with it. And the F4U Corsair, or not F4U, is it? FG1D. Whatever.
Gotcha.
Full throttle touch and go with my parking brake off this time.
Exactly.
Which way? This, where is this? Is it kind of tucked down there by the shoreline?
It's
I see the end.
It's up on the hill.
Oh, is it?
Straight, yeah, it's in the trees.
Right where I'm at home.
Touch and up.
There you.
There, I did face plan on that one. Holy cow.
Sure that parking brake wasn't set?
Yeah, no parking brake this time.
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, it is really, it is. Opposing traffic.
Narrow and short. My goodness.
I think I found a beaver dam.
All these jerks are flying the wrong way. What the heck?
Well, we are on the south side of the planet.
Oh,
Everything's
that would
it's
explain it.
different.
That would explain it.
The wrong hemisphere.
Or the right hemisphere, depending on where you live.
Yeah.
I might be flying the wrong way, but y'all will never know it.
Good one, Rexbill.
Rain or fog?
Almost like got rain here.
Yep, rain.
Oh no.
I've definitely got some rain showers coming down in spots around. Should pull up my
Rain.
wind. My wind. Let's see. Speed direction. 5 knots. Straight at us.
The IFR conditions.
Retrimmed here.
Hard cat, you're going the wrong way.
Actually isn't too bad. There's a little bit of island hopping around here. It's
Look,
kind of nice.
yeah, nice little harbor here. Little town.
Looking for bridges. Don't see any.
Nope.
We don't
Looks
need
like-
no stinking bridges.
Good
Sure we
business for
do.
bush
Fly
pilots
under.
here.
Yeah.
Hey, Regulus.
Yep.
Check your 9 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock?
Your 9. 9 o'clock.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Good thing we don't care about flying into weather here.
Weather here's been pretty tame.
Oh, well, we're coming out of it. Hopefully.
Kind of between it here.
Yeah, we're kind of between it. You're over there next to it, though.
Hey,
Fly between the
if
raindrops.
we can go
guys.
through that thunderstorm at our destination that one time, we can go through anything.
Yeah. Blown much worse.
That was a life-changing experience. My hands were sweating there, seriously.
They lined up on the runway with their landing lights shining and like aim for the light.
Good on fuel.
So that dirt strip.
I think it's
Looks like
paved.
it. Just following you, dragons.
Yeah, it looks paved to me. That could be a tall
That's
tower. Nope, it's paved.
Anybody download that power lines and solar panels mod yet?
No.
Yeah, I got
Not
it this.
yet.
I got it this morning, but I've been flying out in India, so I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, man.
Bounce.
Yeah, it's too far east.
Too far east. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it continues to expand
That's
on that because that would be nice.
Really
Yeah,
narrow
that's,
strip.
That looks like a really good option.
Yeah, the question
It's
is.
a shame it doesn't have hard points.
I was
You
going
know,
to say.
where if you hit them, you crash.
Right.
I mean, that's the ideal situation. Is you just see a load of aircraft hung up in the wires.
Right.
I heard this, like, I'm in outside view, just flying around, looking around, and all of a sudden I hear this buzzing, and there's Rocket Squirrel about to nip my tail off.
He's been known to sneak
Holy
up
crap,
on
that's a
you.
short airfield.
Yeah,
tiny.
narrow too, with that building right next to it.
Yeah, the tree height on approach isn't ideal.
And
Oh, I
launching our seaplanes from it.
I did not see that. I gotta freaking go around and touch and go.
Or rain.
Bring it on.
That's not the worst we've seen.
A little bit of rain.
You guys getting rain all the time?
Yep.
I haven't
I
gotten
don't
any yet.
I don't have it. Like I'm not hitting rain, but I can see where it's coming down in places.
Yeah, I can see it. It's really just in between here, but I don't know how far you guys are.
And it varies
Up
from
in the
person to
cloud.
person, but yeah, I haven't. I'm not hitting any just yet, but we might be running into some here. It's like DN might be into a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I had some streaming up the windscreen a second ago, just for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yep, me too.
Breakfast is ready. Caribou sausage, eggs, and a little smoked salmon for all these that are into that stuff.
Sounds absolutely delicious.
No bacon?
Jesus, I haven't eaten today yet as well.
Bacon.
My stomach just went.
Bacon's $15 a pound, so we had to bypass that today.
Woo!
Ah. Salmon in Alaska is cheaper than bacon, huh?
Boy, the way things are going, the salmon better hightail it because probably going to be starting to still fill their freezer up with it here this summer.
There we got a little bit of rain.
Hey, AK, we got a winter weather advisory coming here tonight and tomorrow.
You guys have been getting
Or
hammered.
actually, it's going to be icing conditions.
Ooh.
Freezing rain and sleet and maybe a little bit of snow.
Sounds like a good day to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 4 inches. How about that?
Oh man.
Yeah. Not 2 to 4 feet like you have, 2 to 4 inches.
Yeah.
Of course,
They
we
got-
only get it about once every 5 years.
Yeah, the way things have been going, you guys are average once a year because every time I turn around, the East Coast is just getting hammered with more weather.
They can have every bit of it. If they want it, they can keep it.
How's the weather way up there, Hurket?
Looks like. Well, we might be turning into that rain over there, maybe.
Looks likely.
Based on what I'm seeing here on the whole map. After this next airport, I think we might be going right through that.
Some squalls.
Walls. Off a little bit here.
Oh, we're flying right to Castro.
AK over there flying at quarter throttle.
Yeah, he's trying not to stall.
Man, there's a nice big wide paved strip. Certainly out of the ordinary around here.
Mm-hmm. Like Rocket and Huey got a nice little formation going on down there.
I'm tired of flying with the pack, Regulus.
Yeah, this is nice. This is a nice little area. Nice change of pace.
It
I like it.
is.
I dig it.
Looks a whole lot different from when I joined in with the Andes thing. I think there was
That was the one
those high
really
mountains
long
flying
flat.
into Santiago.
Yeah.
Was one hell of a way to begin.
Well, there hadn't been an awful lot of grain on our trip so far except today.
Yeah, that's true.
Except that's the very start.
Yep.
Yeah, I think when we were up sort of Atacama way, I don't think we saw any greenery at all for one of the legs, I think.
Yeah. And we had our Great Salt Lake crossing. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the
That
big
was-
salt flat.
That was trippy.
Like it just goes on forever.
I wonder if we could have left dust trails if we'd have went down
Well,
there
I
and
think
flew
that so
on
I think
top of
that
it.
was before the when we did that. I think that was before the Reno
Yeah,
update,
you're
which
probably
added
right.
those dust trails. But I don't even know. Are those even active outside of the Reno races?
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
I was gonna say I guess I only noticed them when I was doing the Reno stuff. I was really low to the ground, but
And land in the middle of nowhere and have dust clouds.
Yep. Or on
Sure.
snow, they work. You can see the flurries.
A nice town.
ENG. Actually, what do we?
And I think the next airport after this one, well, there's one on the side of the route that we can touch and go at, but the next one on the route, I think will be our halfway.
Halfway. I was gonna say we got a little less than 15 minutes until our halfway. Oh, we got here.
So it's Sierra Charlie Quebec X-ray.
Yeah.
Copy that.
Hey, back.
Oh.
I got a bridge.
Uh-oh.
It's really low.
Where it is.
Oh, I see. To the left, right? Right after the touch and go. Let's have a go at it.
About to overfly this airport, I think.
Oh, I made it. Oh, that's tight.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that is tight. Oh yeah, made it. Oh. Maybe chipped some paint there, but I'm still up.
Well, there's a set of undercarriage on the top of the bridge. I don't know where that came from.
Did you go upside down underneath it?
Yeah.
Did you?
Always.
Over here, there's a bridge.
Bit of a cross one there. About 5 knots.
Oops, that's a bounce.
That's a crash.
Well, that is low.
I see it.
Oh,
That's very
oh,
doable.
oh no. Oh no.
Oh no!
I didn't get low enough.
Get low.
Get low, get low.
To the window. To the
Well, the
wall.
Kodiak
Wow.
made it.
With a Kodiak. All right.
Yeah.
I call
Had to touch
shenanigans.
the water to do it though, with a little bit of water skiing.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Oh god.
Oh, dang it.
Oh Jesus!
Jeez. Come on. Come on. Oh, nope, stop.
I got 2 now. It's very doable.
Oh no.
I got a little bit nervous
to do
right
that
the
in the
last second.
Oh, come on.
That's why they make the Y button, boys.
Yep.
I just took off from where I was.
Got
I don't
the
know how I got off the ground, but I did.
Not even lined up for this.
Anyone gonna do touch
Nope.
and go at the Chanchi Airport? Oh shit! What happened?
I don't think that's.
Tabbed out for a little too long, I think.
Whoops.
That's a tough little bridge. I'm also trying to do it at max speed, so.
Yeah, you're right. I almost had it, but then my wheels caught a little bit too hard, and I was like, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same here.
I think that nose
Well, that
gear
was fun.
rocket's cheating.
Yeah, right, Rocket is cheating. Kodiak just pushes through. It's like, yeah, I don't care. Hope you had your inertial separator on for that one. I'm sure you took some water up the intake.
I'm sure I did too. I'm just glad the nose gear didn't catch.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny looking at a Kodiak with a non-spinning prop.
Mm-hmm. Max glide, baby.
Ugh.
Hey, 22 miles till the break.
Yeah, I gotta probably get down to Miami today for my round the world, and I'm gonna just sit there for a bit till the float version of the Kodiak launches next month. I don't know yet though.
Will that be an
So
additional paid thing?
yeah, it's
Is
like
that
I
what
think it's
you
like
heard?
50,
Next month?
50. Yeah, I think they're shooting for February on that one.
Ah.
So
Well, I
yeah, I
got
think
notice
it's like
Friday.
what's that?
I got notice Friday that my Vario Aero is shipping within 5 days.
Hey.
Nice.
Ooh, I can't wait.
But yeah, I think Dragons. I think it's gonna be. I want to say like $15 or something like that. I don't know if they. I think it's. I'd have to go back and look. I think people who have already bought the Kodiak maybe get a little bit of a discount on it, but maybe I'm just pulling that out of nowhere. I don't know why, but I think it's supposed to be cheaper than.
Okay.
Because it's just the
I
float
like
version.
it. It'll be
It's
worth
not.
it.
It's not 3. You know, because we've got multiple variants of this
Right.
one. So I think since this one's just floats, it's going to be cheaper. But yeah.
Well, that airport is exactly. They got a huge Costco building right in front of the approachway. That thing. Someone's got to fire that designer. Terrible. Oh.
Terrible.
Easy pickup.
Oh, stall. There we go.
I didn't even notice that airport there. Yeah, that is a really bad placement for a
They
whatever
really
the
got
hell
a
that is.
Oh, I
really
didn't
got a
even see it.
unique way of designing airports here. This
I mean,
part.
there's only tire marks on one end of the runway, so you gotta guess which way they're.
Yeah, right.
That ought to tell you something.
I don't know. Yeah, right. Everybody comes in from the other end and are hard on the brakes the whole way.
Oh! Screech.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a PNG one-way strip.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I get some more. I think Kev's got a couple more strips out I gotta download.
Yeah, I got them. One of them will be going to today. It's on
Copy
that 7 of top 10 most dangerous.
Great.
Oh, you're gonna have fun, Dragon.
Oh yeah, man.
There's
You're
so
gonna
many.
know that Kodiak like the back of your hand after today.
Oh, look at that. The rain disappeared.
Poof.
I don't know.
There's so
Just
many
wanna
of those
send me those
strips I want to
performance
download.
files. Well,
I've
if you want to
downloaded
send me those
every one
performance
that I
files,
could
that would be
find,
appreciated.
except for the World War II strips.
Yeah, Dragon, if you, like I said, I might do a quick hop after this. Like I said, I'm hopping down to Miami, but I'm up in Orlando right now, so it's not going to be a super long flight to begin with. But if you just kind of want
Yeah.
a walkthrough on just kind of like ground operations and just kind of general
Sure.
O2s, we can do that if you want.
Sounds good
You
to
go to
me.
Miami, did you say?
Yeah, I'm currently just north of Orlando, at the executive airport there, and I'm gonna fly down to. I'm not gonna go into Miami International. I'm gonna go into the executive because I hate flying into the big internationals with the smaller GA aircraft because it feels like you're just taxiing forever. So.
Sure, sure. Don't
But
forget there's a hurricane preset if you want to spice it up a bit.
yeah. But yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if I want to just park it there until next month and then resume my 7 continents with it or what, because I'm heading into the Caribbean. I really kind of want to take floats.
Yeah.
But
you don't want to take the Asobo PC6?
Nah.
Not for the 7 continents. I did a couple of legs in the PC6 in the Himalayas just because, you know, Himalayas. And it was, oh god, this plane is so goddamn slow.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Perfect for getting into Lukla though, obviously.
I did go through and I made torque table, so for the Series 2 Kodiak, if anybody wants them, they should be correct for max torque and all that stuff for fields up to 11,000 feet.
Resounding silence.
Oh, good.
Actually, that's something I'd probably be interested in.
Yeah, no, that's it's just, I mean, it's one of those planes I like to kind of fly by the numbers because they've got it pretty dialed in, obviously, since they worked with Daher on it. So
yeah,
when I can see the numbers and they correspond right and everything, I like to do that. So I went through the POH, and rather than trying to interpret the graph, I went ahead and just made an easy to read table, so you kind of know where you need to be at for takeoff and whatnot.
I'd take that.
Cool. Yeah, I got it it's on a Google spreadsheet, so I can link you to that afterwards.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Was that Dark Wolf that wanted it too?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, I need to speed up.
I changed my name to match my tag.
Yeah.
So that way it's not as confusing, you know, between downdraft and dark.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, when I went to change my name on the Xbox servers, no one had this name, but they decided that they were just gonna assign numbers after my name anyway for whatever reason. So I'm pretty annoyed about that.
No, I bet.
AK, you were running salmon oil for lubricant in that Virgo? I swear I smelt salmon oil on that pass.
20 weight king salmon oil.
Whale
20
oil.
weight.
That's a 20-pound king. 20 weight salmon.
Anybody just smell smoked salmon back there? That was weird.
Yeah, that's it.
The next airport is full stop, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
got that.
All right.
Full stop, 10-minute.
Copy. Yeah, I can get a link to that table when we're down.
I'm gonna do a full shutdown. See what happens when I restart the Kit Fox.
Good call.
See if we have that throttle issue where, like, when you close the
Well,
throttle.
so what I found, what worked when I was still having issues with that is I just slewed into the air and dropped the plane, and it restarted all the systems rather than restart
Yeah. Yep.
than just
That's the way
going.
I did too.
I was like, I figured that out randomly. I was like, oh well, that's easier than just restarting at the airport.
Yeah.
And losing my flight plan.
Yeah. True.
The same thing happens if you nose over or crash the Kit Fox.
Right.
It won't restart, and unless you re-slew it and go all like
restarts
1,000
now.
feet up or something.
It restarts now.
It does. Yeah, it does restart now. So
since the update,
as far as I can tell.
Yep. Because I crashed right near that bridge and I landed on a postage stamp. And restarted it, took off. I don't even know how he got off the ground because I was like in a full-on left wing stall taking off.
What the hell's this ship doing in here?
You got a ship in there? Why don't I see any ship traffic? What the hell?
You got your global traffic on?
Well, maybe I don't. Maybe I have that disabled for some reason. I don't know why. Huh. Weird.
Maybe it's a scenery setting or something.
No, it's probably, I'm guessing it's probably on the global ship traffic that I probably accidentally turned off for some reason. Every once in a while, I'll click the disable all button for whatever reason and have to go back and reset something I forgot on that one more than likely. Are we out here on this little peninsula? Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Grass strip.
Copy.
Oh, good. Prime your brakes, everybody.
Yeah. Parking brake on. Looks like we got 11 knot tailwind right now. Let's swing around and come from the water side.
That's doable. At least it is in the gravel.
I could do it in a 747, easy. It's not a joke.
Just hearing those engines just. Oh, actually, it's a crosswind on this runway, so I guess I could have come in either way. But I'll swing out here and come around.
Following Rocket on final. Like he's gonna reverse thrust probably.
Bring it on.
I'm gonna slam right into you.
You got it. There it comes.
Come on, get down.
Oop, I need to. Come on.
Yay, I didn't nosedive on this one.
Tell you what, man, this Kit Fox just likes to float.
Yes, it does.
I love landing at Kit Fox.
He just floats. Stall horn. There we go. Clear the runway. Coast Guard coming in.
Clear the runway. Clear the runway.
Brakes, AK. Gotta remember your brakes.
No pressure.
Oh, God.
Woo!
All right, so let's see, throttle all the way out.
Oh, man. Woo.
Up a little short there, Regulus.
Yeah.
AK, go and fetch him.
Yeah. All right, let me pull that up.
Just a little short.
All right, guys, everybody down. So I got 3 minutes, 4 minutes after now. So let's be back at 14 after, 15 after.
Copy that.
15 after copy.
All right.
Why the heck?
There's Google Sheets. Here we go.
More like a golf course than a runway.
Like landing at Geneseo.
There we go.
What the heck? Why won't my aircraft start?
Y'all can't see me, but I'm down. Really?
I promise.
I'm really here.
I'm really here.
You sure? We need to find out what's causing that.
Yeah,
Causing you to be
that's the
invisible.
problem. I think I'm gonna log out of the sim and come back in again, and I'll catch up with y'all later.
Yeah, well, you should be able to get it back within 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I got other things I gotta do too.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yep, I gotta head out too, guys, and my wife's calling me for lunch. So, thanks for the flight.
Yeah. Thanks for coming along.
Enjoy.
Alrighty,
Coming
enjoyed
along.
it.
I'll join you next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it,
Nice.
man.
Sounds
good one.
good.
See, I recruited somebody.
It's fun.
Excellent.
All right, Tom.
All right. See you later.
Yeah.
You know.
See ya.
coffee, nectar of the gods.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, by the way,
Uh-oh.
Hardcat's off audio comm. He's having mic problems.
Ah,
You wonder what people were drinking in the Middle Ages before there was coffee.
really? Mead, I guess.
Yeah, or beer.
The blood
And
of their
so that works out for them.
And that turbine's hard on the ears when you're sitting outside. Pretty sound though.
Sure hard to ignore.
Oh, it's pretty near Twin Otter Day, isn't it?
Yep, 19th.
What, 4? Yeah, 4 more days? 19? Yeah.
Nice landing.
It ends. You take off sideways.
Yeah, couldn't be asked with lining up.
That's like, this last week doing the Bush League one, and we had some really crazy crosswinds at one of our airports. I was flying the Kit Fox, and it was literally just line up and take off across the runway. Basically went vertical. I probably didn't even travel maybe 5 feet, and the Kit Fox was just like, "Yep, we're going up now." Alright, let's see here. Now let's see if she relights.
She did for me.
Oh, what's over here at the end of the peninsula? Gravel bar?
Yes, half completed beaver dam.
Half completed beaver dam.
They are almost there.
Oh, you gotta turn your fuel on, dummy. There we go.
Well, I believe I found the problem.
What's the problem, Rex?
My multiplayer tab up here in the welcome screen is grayed out,
Oh,
and I
Well,
don't know
that's-
how to get it back.
That is weird.
it might think you don't have an internet connection, but that's...
Well, yeah, but he's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got an
That's
internet
the
connection.
problem,
There's
then.
no problem with that. We're under a tsunami advisory at the moment, but that shouldn't have anything to do with it.
What is our current airport? Where are we at right now?
SCQX. Sierra Charlie, Quebec.
SCQX. I
X-ray.
turned off my avionics, so it's like. Okay. I want this one. Activate leg to wait. Oh, it's not gonna. It's just gonna do this dumb.
Alright, Rocket, let's do this takeoff.
Yep.
It's gonna be stupid, isn't it? Yep. It's like, no, you're going right to the end. That's what you're doing.
Guys, I'm going to check out here. I'm going to try and sort this mess out, and we'll see you next week.
Beautiful.
All right, Rex. Oh,
Good luck.
Take
Good
care,
luck.
Rex.
Son of a. Oh well, whatever. Is what it is. Follow the gang. Tail came up quick.
Tom, you landing on the sandbar?
Yeah, it's a nice little place there, actually. I
Looking
landed
for
there,
soft
too.
shell clams, actually, Rocket.
Making necklace.
I can turn these fuel pumps off. They don't need to be on.
looks like we got everybody off.
Yeah, Dragons isn't up yet.
That's okay. I'm just getting shots of everyone taking off.
Coffee.
I'll hit the afterburner.
Take a shot of this.
Nice. What is that aircraft?
We're not turn my avionics off next time, but I'll probably drain my battery, so. Oh well.
Batteries are overrated.
Battery's over, yeah.
Yep, I'm in the same boat as you. I guess I just gotta follow the crew.
Yeah, you should be able to go back in and pull up your active flight plan and go direct to.
Tried that, it wouldn't pop up.
And it won't, yeah, mine won't do it either. It's just like, nope, you're gonna. I wonder if I can get rid of this stupid time reference that it's. Can I delete that? Oh, it worked.
So if you cut off
Okay.
your avionics, it
No. There's, if you know
resets
how.
your flight plan.
No, if you know how right now it installs like that random time reference sometimes. At some places in the flight plan, it'll install just a random like point in space
yeah,
that's like a time
yeah.
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what
Pain
was
in the ass.
that's what was the issue. So what you do is when I restarted my when I pulled the avionics back up, it was like, okay, well here at the end of it, it basically went and input one of those time references and then basically direct to the last waypoint. And so I went and clicked on that time reference and deleted it, and then it hopped down to where I'm currently at. Now it corrected my flight plan, so it works now.
It inserts like it says time vert.
Yeah, whatever the heck it is. Yeah, it's just some random dumb thing that's with. I don't know why it does that, but
I don't think it's random. I think it's and if you go to that point and then the next point, you'll be oriented directly to your runway.
oh, okay, I gotcha. Well, for whatever reason,
So if you follow
it wouldn't when I restarted the avionics, like it my flight plan hopped down to that time stamp and then the last waypoint, and I couldn't even go direct to the next airport that's on the list. It wouldn't let me do anything, so I deleted that time reference there, and it now I can select
For whatever reason,
where I'm at now.
it's been nominated as PETA.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
I don't like it either. The older version was better.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There where you really just and then you position yourself to get to the right and the right approach vector.
Right, yeah. It's like that's up to me to set up. Let me do that.
It puts them in at the end of the longer flight plans where you can't see it until it's too late.
Is it like a top of descent sort of marker?
No, it's just like I think it was at Huey saying that it supposedly puts it out like in line, like a straight line vector to the runway. So if you hit that and like, so I've noticed this a lot on like Bush League flights and stuff like that when we're doing it. If you just have like, if you don't have a procedure, a departure procedure or anything, when you take off out of your airport and you activate your autopilot, like you'll just kind of fly off in runway heading for however long, and you'll basically hit this time reference, and then you'll like start like tracking towards the next waypoint, and it's really weird.
Yeah, that's exactly what, if you use the AI piloting, it'll take off and it'll just keep going in a straight line until it gets to like a pretend outer marker, then it will make a turn.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the same with the autopilot. It's the same if you approach an airport or a destination, then and you just let the autopilot go. It will move to that last point, and then it will swing to the direction in the direction of the runway. So if you just let the autopilot go, it will basically position you in the right way approach.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what
annoying
it's doing
because
there.
sometimes when
Sorry.
I fly on the Seven Worlds tour, I usually ask the airport for the appropriate runway, and it's not always the same that's in this approach vector. So
Sure.
it's completely pointless.
This is why I don't use autopilots. It's too complicated.
The the NXI doesn't seem. I haven't had that issue with the NXI yet, but yeah, the G3X seems to have the issue, and I assume like the standard default ones are also a problem.
430 as well. 430, 530
GTN
as well.
750 has it also.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that starting to appear in whatever's in the DC6, which I just use for time reference. But you know, I don't use that autopilot. But I remember seeing those time VERs appearing, and I was like, "What the hell's that? That's not my flight plan."
Yeah.
Well, if you will rely on electronics,
Right.
They'll fuck you.
stupid computers. This is a nice area.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Reminds
Okay,
me a
for
little.
you Kodiak and aficionados, I'm still trying to locate the dimmer switch for the glass. And I thought
yeah, I know where it is.
that it's in the middle. I think it's in the middle, isn't it? Of the two.
There should be two rotary dials there.
Yeah, if you find the big avionics switch and flick that, that'll do it.
Perfect. They're dark.
That's a
Great.
good point. Yeah. Bye Braille.
Bye Braille. Yeah, they're kind of. If you're looking at your main panel there, your primary flight display, they're about at your 1 o'clock position and then down. They're not quite to center, but they're kind of in between the screens, but they're not. And then kind of down, there should be two rotary switches. They're right, rotary dials are right next to each other, and those are for dimming.
Okay.
I don't have a. It's like I can visually see them, but I'm just trying to.
I'm looking at it right now, so I'm of course the Coast Guard guy. Let's see, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be basically kind of draw a line between your PFD and your MFD. And I think kind of go like straight down between those two. And somewhere in that area, there's going to be two, a little bit to the left maybe of that point, there might be two rotary dials there, black dials.
Pretty good size are the smaller ones.
They're about the same size as the rotary dials on the Garmin's.
Oh, okay.
I just did a touch and go in the barber pole. Max speed.
In the barber pole. Excellent.
Free haircut.
Yep. Like 100, it was like 140 something knots. Touch and go.
Burn the tires off.
That's how to do it.
Yep, melt the tires. Better than nosing over, though.
A lot better.
Burn off some of this speed.
Actually, AK, they're on your lights panel there where your beacon, strobe, nav. Just go all the way to the right. There's 2 rotary dials at the end of that.
Oh, panel. Switch instrument panel. Okay.
There has got to be a bridge off this island.
You would think.
Oh no, this island's pretty sparsely populated.
Yeah. Build more bridges. We want to fly under them.
There's a ton of bridges on that river where Cheat Island is up by Allegheny that was just blasting under with the Skymaster.
Nice. I just don't know what to make of all these clouds. This whole trip's just been blue skies, you know. It's kind of weird.
Dark and gloomy.
Yeah, now we got clouds all over the place.
I saw them since the beginning of the trip. It's getting a bit more dense now. A lot more rain.
Just like the general, like basically our whole South America trip has been basically almost cloudless for the most part. You'd see them way off in the distance, but aside from like the one day where it was like cloud free, and then we got into our one airport,
Thunderstorm at the
you know.
destination.
But for the most part, it's been. Hey, Huey caught up. I think part of that was obviously due to the broken live weather anyway, so. And knock on wood. I don't have any wood here.
Yeah.
I don't have any wood. It's a glass desk. It's been a long time.
Forehead.
Yeah, yeah. Ha, ha, ha. Funny guy, Dean. No. It's been a while since I've seen lightning and thunder and clear skies. So.
Yeah, actually, I've noticed the lack of lightning. Actually.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
I know when I was doing my Africa legs, it was there late.
It used to be.
Yeah, like everywhere.
Every flight.
Yeah. Like, what is it? It's clear skies. Why am I getting thunder? Then you'd have a bolt of lightning shoot through the plane. It's like, what the hell?
I had some lightning surprise me down in Papua New Guinea. I was like flying like over a cloud. Didn't realize that it was producing rain and thunder.
Yeah, for a while there it was so broken. Like, I mean, like just like even like this, like kind of like these broken light clouds, you'd have thunder and lightning like everywhere. It was crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
You would get lightning out of a cloud that was like 50 feet thick. It's like, well,
Right.
Yeah.
There's not enough height on that for any glaciation to build up a charge. But
Right.
hey, never mind. You know,
But
so
okay.
obviously put their own batteries in the clouds.
I saw that in one of the weather mods for X-Plane. I was like, well, that's ridiculous.
Oh, for adding lightning?
It was one of the weather. It was like FS weather or something like that.
Oh, sure.
And it was just like tiny little clouds, nope, producing lightning. Like clouds smaller than what we have out here today.
Yeah, X-Plane doesn't seem to. I mean, it's well, I don't know. X-Plane 12 looks somewhat better than X-Plane 11, but
yeah,
they're mostly focused on the physics aspect. I mean, that's what X-Plane's always been about, is the physics more than anything else. So
Yeah, but the only reason I've even loaded into it recently was because my water cooler died, and I had this computer was down, and my other computer is not powerful enough to run this sim
sure.
in a way I would want it to. You get what I mean?
Yep.
It doesn't look as pretty.
Yeah, FS20 tends to go from really good looking to really bad looking very quickly, depending on your, your settings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
far you
Radio
gotta
check,
back off?
guys.
I
got me?
got you. I can hear you. It's a little bit
Hey.
weak, but I can hear you.
Weak?
Yeah,
All right.
a little bit.
1 out of 5, Harket.
How about that? Any better?
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
Yep. That's
Okay, thanks. Boy, that was a hard one to find.
Yeah,
I
I've
figured
noticed,
as much.
we've had a few people that have had a little bit of some mic issues lately.
Yeah. You're gonna laugh at this. Turns out it was a little switch on the cord.
Oh, shh.
I've done
That's
that.
similar to the parking brake hat. Been there,
It's
done
like,
that, eh?
Yep.
like me flying with my mic boom up over the top of my head. People are like, "What's up? Why are you so quiet?" Like, I don't know. Like, I can hear you guys just fine. I'm like, oh,
Oh.
yeah, that's
I didn't even know it was there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I had my last headset. I had the HyperX Clouds, and they've got an inline mute and volume, and it was like one of the first things to start going bad on it. And like the
Yeah.
headset was perfect otherwise. I had great sound, but that inline thing messed up, and it's like, I can't deal with this. I mean, I couldn't fix it, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna buy a new headset.
Yeah.
I don't need that inline stuff.
I love the sound of me some PT6.
Me
It's like
too.
the most
But
well
not as good as
represented
radio.
engine in the game at this point. So
Yep.
many aircraft that have it.
I'm listening to Rocket's engine because I'm in formation on his right-hand side there.
Gotcha.
It's overpowering my engine.
Well, to be fair, the little Rotax or whatever is.
Yeah.
The PT6 is a noisy lump.
Yeah. Is
Anybody
will-
see where that guy put the radial in the Kit Fox?
Well, that's always been an option, though, hasn't it? I thought that the Kit Fox, that's always kind of been a thing that you could do. I thought that Trent originally, I thought his first Kit Fox had a Rotax
I
radio
thought it
on
was. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
I was like, I watched that
No,
video
it sounded really good.
and I heard it start out, and I was like, man, that starter sounds like it came off a big block Chevy.
Yeah, Rotaxes, they've been around for a while. They've always made kind of like those smaller form factor radials. I remember, Jesus, how long has that been since? Probably like 10, 15, no, maybe not 15 years. Somewhere around 10 years ago, I remember going to Oshkosh and stopping by the Rotax booth. And this was still when Orange County Choppers was a big thing, and like everybody was building building choppers, you know. And so
What a dysfunctional family.
right. But they had worked with OCC and built one of their choppers around one of those Rotax radials. But it was so the engine, rather than obviously with the shaft being forward, it was pointed to the side, so it could basically be in line with the belt. So you had this really kind of crazy gooseneck over the top of the radial, you know, to kind of form factor around it. But yeah, I remember that when everybody had to have a chopper, you know, when OCC was big.
Yeah.
Everyone had to have, every corporation had to have a chopper, a custom chopper.
Yeah, just so they could get on TV.
Right, yeah. It was a
Thanks
cool
for the
bike.
warning, Rocket.
But and then I've seen a couple. I think I've seen at least one person do one where the radial was mounted correctly. But I don't know how they did the belt drive for that one with they must have had it backwards so they could do kind of like a shaft to the transmission.
Would you even sit on that?
Well, I mean the engine's out, you know, out in front of you, but it's going to be like this huge like wind block in
Carefully.
front. I'm sure it was. I mean, both of them, I'm sure, were really just like not something you would want to ride for for very long, obviously, because I can imagine just the amount of heat coming off those.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no one rides them. All they do is fire them up at corporate
Right,
events and rev the arse off them and then shut them
right,
down again.
right.
We pub crawl with them.
We're
Rex
gonna.
blows back, boys and girls.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey,
All right.
hey.
Hey, Rex.
Hey, I see Rexpo 47 on the horizon.
Yes.
You trimming those trees, Rocket?
Always.
Yeah.
Oh, he may be. Rocket, are you running the New Zealand tree height mod?
No, but I
No?
got
Okay, I was
Rex
just wondering.
AccuSeasons on, and I got short trees on.
Okay, that's probably why.
Oh, I was just watching him just like.
Yeah,
using that
if
turbo
you're
prop.
running stock Asobo tree height, it's gonna look like a lot of us are just cutting through trees because they're like just so oversized.
Yeah.
And nobody has trees like that at approach into runways.
No. Yeah,
Better not.
I think I'm sold on the New Zealand tree height mod. That seems to be the most visually accurate.
I just loaded it, haven't had a chance to fly it much.
Yeah.
Does that change all the trees then?
It does. Yeah, it goes. I mean, they're not obviously all the same height, but it corrects them so they're not just like it looks like you're flying through a redwood forest, you know.
Yeah.
Rexbo, did you just do a restart on everything?
Having a time hearing you, girl.
Did you just do a restart on everything?
I did a restart, went back. The last time I restarted it, changed my flight conditions.
Weird.
And I went in and manually changed my flight conditions back to where they're supposed to be, and now I see labels.
Perfect.
Nice.
Excellent.
Well, good to know that worked.
Yeah, I see you off on the horizon there. So
So I'm flying towards you from the opposite direction, if you haven't figured that out.
oh, you're going the wrong way, silly.
No, y'all are going the wrong way.
Yeah. No, you're wrong.
No. Oh, no. I can see my compass from here, and it's going right where I want it to. How can I be overdrawn? I still have plenty of checks left.
Right. This is gonna quickly turn into who's on first.
What's on second?
I am at about 7,000 feet up above these damn clouds.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, we gotta definitely look like we've got some that we are heading into here. I don't know if we'll get to them by the time we.
Well, at our destination, it was pouring rain and thick clouds up to about 5,000, 6,000.
Well, that means I'm just gonna get down on the deck.
Yeah, I'm going in on deck. I can still see the island in the distance, so
Yeah.
well, it can't be that bad.
Doesn't look like too bad on height, but Gotta
Got to
get down.
get in there and get landed and turn our lights onto the runway so AK can find us and land. Not AK, I'm sorry, Wayland.
Yeah, Wayland's hands are getting sweaty just by the thought of it.
He's like, oh no, not again.
I'm just gonna land again at a straight at the right angle to the runway.
There you go. There you go.
Runways are overrated.
Absolutely.
This is true. Every bush pilot.
Being able to see them's not overrated, though.
I make my own runways. It's okay.
Yeah, we don't need no stinking runway.
It's just a suggestion anyway.
Yeah, as long just give me a nice good headwind. Then runways are just a mere suggestion.
Damn pretty up here at 8,500.
Going the wrong way.
It looked the same way if I turned around, trust me.
Looks pretty good from a.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah, right.
I'll turn around as soon as I intercept y'all.
Oh, you're good.
No, you have to keep going. You have to go back to our original departure point now.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Rexpo. Them's the rules.
Rules? We don't need no stinking rules. If I like rules, I'd still be in the
dark
army.
up ahead. May have to do a TACAN penetration. Everybody got their TACAN turned on?
The what?
In the gravel?
Need a sound bite of that dragon going, the what?
I can clip it.
What colour is this water to everyone, by the way? Is it deep blue or is it purple?
Looks blue to me.
Good one.
Deep blue to me. If you're seeing purple, well,
He's too close.
actually, no,
almost
he's
a
not.
purple.
No, he's not crazy.
Purple here.
I do have a little bit of purple. Now that you mention it,
It's kind of purple.
it is a little bit purple.
A nice twitch purple.
Yeah.
Deep purple
Blur.
smoke on water.
Yeah.
Blurple.
That's weak.
Discord blurple. Yeah.
Yeah. Blue
Yeah,
purple.
Gilbert Grape.
Yeah. Now that you mention it. Is this blue or yellow? Let's give her a little more throttle. 5,600 RPM.
Yep,
Old big wags.
2,200 RPM.
Yeah.
That's why you're loud. But you're in my left ear because I'm right next to you.
Yeah, generally I follow after I take off with Kodiak, I swap it off to 2,000 RPM, but flying in Papua New Guinea, at least those quick bush trips, I'm just like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. 2,200 the whole time, don't care. If I had my Bravo hooked up, I'd probably I'd do it, but since I'm controlling with the mouse, I just, if I'm doing those quick hops, I just leave it at 2,200.
The more I look at this water, the more purple it gets.
And I know, now it's getting kind of like
Very
really purple. Yeah.
Properly purple.
Dude, this is wild. Oh my Oh my
It's
god.
getting apocalyptic here.
Oh,
under
oh, oh,
this
oh,
cloud.
nope. Nope, don't do that. Okay. I broke the autopilot apparently doing that. That was weird. What is going on here? Why are we...
Time vert.
No, it's... Okay, there we go. Are we fixed? Yeah, you gotta be really careful if you go into the showcase view or you accidentally press like numpad 4 right now. Like I pressed it and I went into showcase view and KitFox is like, nope, I'm just gonna keep rolling to the left here. It's like, what's going on?
AK, when did you switch over to the Kodiak?
Stop.
During pee break.
Oh, okay.
I got tired of flying around with my hair on fire, so I figured I better slow down.
Well, we've only got about another month left of the Andes trip left.
Yeah.
Then Dragon will have to take some C-17s over to New Zealand.
Yep.
Looking forward to it.
We just hop over to Antarctica and then to New Zealand. Work our way up to PNG.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some weather out here.
Oh yeah. Clouds are getting quite a bit lower here. Approaching coast.
Turn on your torchlight, boys.
But I don't have one.
Oh no.
Sir. Altimeter 3003. I can change Q and H in here.
It's really getting dark here.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Can airspeed. Menu. Yeah, I think we're gonna be right in the thick of it here on this after this airport here.
I'm coming overland, and it is plenty of rain in the air.
Oh yes.
Suppose I should get a little bit more height. Looks like I'm gonna probably run into the side of these. What are you at there, DN? 20? Yeah. Oh no, you're right at 200 feet there. It's...
Yeah, I'm in the treetops.
Oh, okay, copy that.
Ooh, lovely rainbow.
Whoa, double rainbow.
Wow.
All the way.
Wow.
Taste the
What?
rainbow.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
One rainbow gives and the other takes away.
Right.
So
I'm
no
getting
pot of
some rain on my
rainbow.
windscreen here. Surprised it took this long.
That is one thing I do like about the Kit Fox is just how much canopy there is where you can see out and look at everything.
Yeah, those doors, I envy those.
Yeah, there was a while there we tried to.
And you
A
get
few people
rear
tried
door,
to mod glass into the lowered doors on
but it's a
the gravel, but it just did not
model
work.
issue. You
Yeah.
gotta change the 3D model.
That would have been really awesome.
And here comes the rain.
Here comes the rain. Do 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 do.
Yeah.
Like the mall is coming along nicely. I don't
Mhm.
know if anybody's been seeing the progress pictures there, but it's looking
Oh, yeah.
really good.
Oh yeah.
And TD posts something else he's working on. I'm like, focus, man, focus. We need the mall. Like one at a time.
Well, I just, ended up buying the Lightning for Warbird Wednesday. It's for my first Warbird Wednesday.
Oh
and
yeah, no, that's a
That's
solid
a good,
aircraft.
solid
Very
aircraft
good.
right there.
Oh yeah, and now
Very
I
good.
got. Then I'm just like, I saw the Facebook post from Carenado about the Skymaster, and I was like, curse you! I'm gonna buy it anyway, but curse you! Yeah.
And Wednesday, got the Twatter. Twatter is releasing.
Oh no. I might have to hold off on that. Wait for a proper beaver.
Versus an
Oh,
imported
lightning.
I think, or no, he's gonna say I think TD's got a single engine otter that
Yeah.
he wants to make. So
Yeah, I saw the render of it.
Where's the runway at?
Good question.
Well, I'm on it, so you can see me.
Oh, that's fun.
That was just rude rocket.
I know it. Sorry.
There's me nicely
Oh,
floating
wow. Going right into a wall of water here.
in. No, that's the ocean rocket. Don't fly into that.
Yeah. You can't. Man, this rain is thick.
There we go.
You look
Yeah.
behind your rocket, you got a big ass rainbow.
Ocean's not purple anymore anyway.
Yeah, that was wild.
Arquette, everything okay?
Oh yeah. I was just watching everybody.
Rexbo, where are you at?
Just about to do a touch and go here where y'all just left.
Oh, okay.
Well, Right now, if it wasn't for DN, I wouldn't be able to see anybody. Except I have tags on.
Well, word to the wise. Never follow DN too quick or too closely.
And go.
Unless you want a challenge.
What are you trying to say?
I can't. The only like lights I can see is 8 and DN.
We learned in Alaska not to follow DN too quickly because you're like, oh yeah, this is nice. And then he immediately like just goes vertical, and you're like, where? And then there's a wall in front of you.
Oh no!
And not a wall of clouds.
Yeah, it's just a sheer rock face.
Oh no.
In my defense, it was Tom who started doing that.
Oh yeah.
It's like let's play a game of chicken and IMC.
Where were we? We were going to. Was that Mexico where we were going up a volcano or something? And most of us didn't know if we were the right way up or not.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was like just outside of Mexico City or something like that.
Yeah, it was like, why am I stalling? Oh yeah, I'm pointing straight up.
Yeah, right.
Tiny little island just forms out of the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a couple islands. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, land on it.
I think Rex
Oh,
Ball
God,
might be
it's
our
a-
tail gunner. Bringing up the group, are you, Rex Ball?
See him.
Yeah, I see him back there.
Yep.
Tell you what, DN, you're going to need some altitude here in just a little bit.
I know, I could definitely fly under it.
And my weather just popped. And popped
No,
back.
I ain't talking about the clouds. I'm talking about that big old honking mountain up ahead.
We'll fly around it.
What mountain? I can't see a mountain. It's fine. It's fine.
It's
Don't
fine.
worry about it.
If I can't
Follow
see it,
me,
it's
fine.
not there.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
not there.
I will
I'm
deal.
right on your tail, DN. Do not lead me astray.
I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it when it occurs.
Right.
How did those llamas get up here?
Yeah. All of a sudden you're. I was gonna say, I guess it does. You wouldn't know in the gravel. Being the Kit Fox would be like terrain. But like, there's no terrain. Oh.
Hold up.
Yeah, visibility's getting better now.
Yeah.
Just gotta pass through a little bit. Good to go.
Well, gosh, guys, it's great to see all of you.
Yeah,
As well.
it's a big group. Heck.
It's all right. We got some more weather up ahead to go through.
Oh, you got lots of it. Trust me. I just came through it.
Was that Wayla who sighed? Yeah.
He's got PTSD. He's got the shakes and everything now.
All right.
Saw a raindrop, freaked out.
Hell, I got one of those time verts on here now.
Yeah, I just deleted it out of the out of my flight plan. I was like, yeah, I don't need that. Nope.
That's what I'm fixing to do right now.
Like, oh no, we're just trying to help you out. No, I don't want your help. I don't want your help, Asobo. If I want to overfly the airport, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I was flying across India this morning, doing one of the legs of 7 continents, and I was like, surely this airport's coming up soon, because I was busy on the internet, you know, at the same time in the P-38.
Yep.
And I'm like, shit, I've overflown it 20 miles.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I always forget how fast the P-38 is, even though it
Yeah.
doesn't feel particularly fast. And I was like, oh, I'm way off. Where, it's behind me. What?
That's like, God, we were talking about. It happened a few years ago. I don't remember. It was I think it was a flight here stateside. Had a passenger flight. I can't remember if what airline it was, but the pilot and co-pilot got into a discussion on the flight deck, and they were pulling up their laptops and trying to see who was right and who was wrong about the argument they were having, and they had missed the changeover radio and weren't paying attention, and power and everything center's trying to get a hold of them, and they're not responding, and I guess it was a pretty big deal. Like, weather just changed. They'd actually were starting to consider that it may be another hijacking, and eventually the pilot looked down at his flight plan and noticed there weren't any more legs on it, and he's like, oh shit. And pulled up the nearest airport and realized they were way past their destination, and finally got on the radio to the airport, and they're like, yeah, so they're like, okay, so what happened? And they're like, distraction in the cockpit, and they're like, we're gonna need a little bit more of an explanation than that. But yeah, they had overflown by quite a ways. Missed all their descent profiles and everything. Radio changeovers.
I want to say I thought maybe that was a flight going into Hawaii and overshot the islands or something.
Oh man.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Oh, can you imagine? It's like,
Oh,
I mean, if you overshot it by enough, man, you'd be in a lot of trouble, because there is nowhere to go.
There isn't much there, no.
Well, I hope we split these big old mountains up ahead. 'Cause I can't see them.
See, got some
just going around.
mountains illuminating out of the mists here. Starting to hear the Jurassic Park theme song playing in the background.
Yeah.
You have a problem when you hear the dinosaur roar.
Yeah. Man, that is a really big bird. What the?
That's
And where are the
bird
feathers?
Yeah.
We got a pair of herons. We got a pair of herons that fly over here just before sunset.
Oh
and
yeah.
They look so much like pterodactyls. It's like,
Yeah. We've actually got quite a bit of those cranes and herons and stuff here in Wisconsin, surprisingly enough, where I'm at. And yeah, sometimes in the mornings when I'm heading into work and stuff, there's a few ponds and whatnot that I drive past, and there'll be a pair of them standing out by the road and stuff. You're like, God, those are big birds, man.
Yeah, you would want to take those up an intake.
I got 0 visibility here.
Oh no. What, that much? Wow.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
I literally have
Weather popping in and out. Wasn't
Probably
sure.
negative 12 visibility next time.
Yeah, negative 12. I literally have clouds in the cockpit.
I can't see my instruments.
Yeah. Literally just pulling moisture and coming out of the vents.
Where's the braille readouts?
He's behind us, I think.
Oh Jesus! It's
The
that
usual.
situation all over again, isn't it?
Here we go again.
I'm so looking forward to that.
Wellens strapping his bail.
Yeah. I
Seen on
wasn't even out
YouTube
of gas. I was just like, nope, not dealing with this. Now we might have a hole right here on the edge where this airport is, maybe.
Oh shit, we might have a damn mountain right here too.
I
Following
saw on
the
YouTube how to jump out of a plane. That has to be proper procedure, right?
Right. GoPro stick, check.
Parachute.
Fire
Parachute check.
extinguishers.
Fire extinguishers, check.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, I've actually got 0 viz.
Yeah, that's. I missed the thing. And I was actually disoriented there for like 10 seconds. Just really trying to read those instruments.
Is
There's
one
just
thing
nothing out here.
I do love if you're able to really crank the clouds up. You can really easily get into a very disoriented situation when you basically get into 0 viz. You're like, which way's up? I have no idea what my orientation is.
Doing.
Guys. But there's actually a gravel behind me. Some guy called Shady Sim, but I'm not familiar with the name.
Huh, I'm not either. Interesting.
Well, I just clipped the water trying to get down to the water.
I found it.
I figured sticking to the water would help, but it's really bad now.
Wonder where the water is. And found it.
I think I have visual of the airport.
That's exactly what happened.
the tires told me.
How? Anyone know the default
I
key
see them
for
because it
going
cuts
up?
off the naming tags.
F4?
Default key for what?
For going up in slough, because I just slammed into the
F4.
water.
I got a visual.
No. I set
It's
that to
the
some-
Y key and F4, I think, will raise you.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks. That worked.
Oh, there's some weather down here.
Yeah.
Field is.
Looks like it's kind of a straight on approach, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Or maybe is it? Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay.
There's a
Well,
great
I'm
big
watching
old
the
mountain
synthetic
up
vision then.
ahead. Oh shit.
Yeah, watch that. Oh yeah, we are in 0 viz. This is fun.
Anyone land it yet?
I only see the mountain because it cuts off some of the name tags.
When name tags start disappearing, you know you might be in trouble.
Forex is that.
Yeah.
Safely, that is.
Oh boy, yeah, this is.
Yeah, this is really hairy.
Weather clears up just fine when you're on the ground.
Forex is on the right side of the runway. You can use my lights if that helps.
There you go.
We're all rooting for you, Waylon.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Have visual.
I'm in, but it wasn't pretty.
Got a little bit of a.
Oh
We
god.
got another one of those issues where the clouds are kind of rolling across the runway here, so.
I really cannot see anything.
The
Just
cloud. We
following
do have
the
a
name tags here.
hole on the water side approach.
Boy, a lot of water on the field, eh?
I got a tailwind though, so watch it on if you're coming in from that side.
Oh, yeah. I kind of just stumbled upon the airport, I guess.
It's just cleared a little bit.
Yep.
That was
Oh no.
absolutely horrific.
It's socking in. It's socking in again now.
Well, there's a damn airport here somewhere.
I almost lost all my altitude.
All right.
I really cannot believe I just stumbled upon the runway. Some guesstimating.
Have
And
a
then crash.
visual on Waylon.
The same shit as
That was
last time.
wild.
I see the runway and I'm perpendicular to it.
Freaking amazing.
Oh, I can see 20 miles from the approach now.
Yeah, it cleared up nicely. Looks very nice out in the inlet.
Does someone give me a clue what server?
My ass, it has.
We're on the west server, but we
Hey,
literally just landed at our destination.
That was a tree, almost.
I did like a 500-foot descent, like halfway down the runway just to land.
There's Squirrel. He's still up in the air.
Yeah, quick, Welland.
I hadn't
Where are you?
found a way around those mountains yet.
Oh, it's socking in again. Ooh, rain's coming down hard.
Yeah, I had some downdrafts right when I was above one of the hillsides here. That was very dangerous looking.
and there's snow on the ground. Imagine that.
Oh, I don't have snow.
I have a
I
little
have a tiny
snow.
little bit.
I don't have
Yeah.
none yet.
Starting snow and ending snow.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Wayland's down.
Welland, yay! Stand down, the search and rescue.
Thumbs down.
And rocket.
Okay, straight
there
down
we
the
go.
runway.
Yeah, you're not going to make that landing.
Yeah, go around. And he's in the trees.
Pull up, pull up.
He's in the trees.
Well, this is fun to watch.
Fun to listen to.
Oh, it's clearing up a
Should
bit,
have
I
brought
think.
popcorn.
Wow.
My ass is clearing up.
If you go out over the water, you should be able to see the runway and come in.
Yeah, it's landside's socking in really fast, so it's kind of moving out towards the water. So
Yeah, I
Squirrel,
tried
you
that.
might have to go for your alternate airport.
I can hear him.
no, it's one of those pterodactyls.
Rocket, come back.
Come back.
It's cleared up.
Ooh,
over
man.
water.
Don't go
Yeah.
into the light.
It's clear now, Rocket. Short finals. Be quick.
Yeah, be quick. It's moving fast. Nope. Look at that. Sun's right on that. Oh, jeez. And then it disappears again. Wow.
You got her.
Nice. Oh, bounce.
Bounce.
Oh no.
Buddy. We're going to need to do a hard landing inspection on that one.
Beautiful landings.
Okay, you still open the doors. You're good.
That was
Hey,
really
any
good.
way you can- any landing you can walk away from.
Ah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Right on.
Turned out nice now.
Yeah, now that we're all down. Look out there in the inlet. That valve.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a nice ending to a nice flight.
It was.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we all in?
I
I
think
think so.
Looks like
Yeah.
it.
All right, guys. Well, that was
Alrighty.
fun. Good flight.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy,
Top notch.
guys.
Next week.
Ed, you got back in Rexpo?
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad to be back.
Yes, sir.
Glad you got to see me.
Everybody,
Wolf, you going to Papa tonight?
Wolf, you going to
Everybody,
Papa?
You guys take care. Have a good week. See you next
Hey,
week.
same
take
Ian.
care, stay safe, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
All
Yeah.
right, you too. Week, guys.
Thanks again, guys.
All right, guys,
care.
take care.
Take care.
Dragon, I will probably be getting going here. I can go basically whenever, but I think I'm gonna take a